Hello once again, everybody. Welcome back to some more Star Technology. I am Towkn, and this time I think I'm gonna go off and do something else again. We're gonna switch up a little bit just so we can kind of maybe hopefully get some stuff done just a little bit quicker. Maybe. So I'm thinking one of the things we're going to need, because again, like some of this. So this stuff here. Remember those fancy transistors and stuff. These ones here, the SMD stuff. Uh, these here, I wanted to look into getting some of these. And well, some of these were pretty easy. I mean, this tantalum we didn't have, but when you scroll, you get a deal with copper. Well, we had the ability to do that, so we went ahead and made a bunch of each of these transistors, indicator, or what, inductors and resistors and whatnot. But as far as, again, still the diodes, get the diodes and the capacitors, there's a lot of stuff we need. Capacitors is annoying because it's this, the other, I think the other capacitors, these ones here, are honestly a lot easier to make because it's just thin polyethylene. So we'll probably end up just using those for the longest time. But yeah, but I wanted to make a bunch of those so that when we do go to make more of these supercomputer stuff, we need a lot of transistors and stuff like that to get these. And I was like, we really need to work on getting some of that. So I was like, let's work towards some of that. And then the next thing I actually wanted to do for doing that, we're going to need for the diodes. The diodes, we need titanium or platinum, not titanium, platinum. Well, platinum is a little bit annoying to get. So platinum, we go here, platinum dust itself, we would get from possibly, we could get it from nickel, apparently. We were able to get nickel or crushed nickel ore, but I don't think we could get crushed nickel ore from anything in particular because we don't have any of the, I don't think we could get any of those without doing anything else. So yeah, so I was looking at it and the different ways. I think one of the ways we can get it, I went ahead and did a bunch of stuff. Remember all of the ore slurries and stuff we get from here? I need to get some more lubricant to put in here, I think. But the different, like we have all this raw ore residue here, which I need to do something with. And then all this ore slurry. Oh, I'm gonna pick up the ore slurry. We're gonna bring it over. That was done. Yeah, if we grab the ore slurry and we jump over here, grab that, put that down there, grab this, put this here. I believe the ore slurry went into here, didn't it? Maybe not. Let's pick that up because it doesn't seem to be doing anything in there. Raw ore slurry in a centrifuge, which is what we're looking at. Do I need to take one of these? Yes, I do. Okay. Yeah, because there's certain things that it's doing in there already. Okay, let's go over here. Throw this in. We got a massive amount of chlorine now. We got a decent amount of oxygen in here, so we could let's see, let's grab this. Put it there so it fills up with oxygen. We'll grab this and put it there. I figured that would fill up with the one stuff, but it won't, because yeah. We could grab it, put it there, let it fill up with that so that this can keep running. Some more, and that'll run some more, get some more drilling fluid. And yeah, so yeah, the ore slurry we'll put back right there. We'll go like that, and this is going to start making the mixed metal residue and the mixed whatever. Sadly, that's not the things that we're actually worried about making right now. Let's go ahead and grab this and bring it over and put it there so that it gets the mixed mineral residue. Yeah. Okay. But the ones that we had back here, as you can see, those are no longer there. They got brought over here and turned into this, the oxygenous mineral mixture and the sulfuric mixture. And those were mainly just so that when we go in here, we can get this stuff here, because we need a lot. We're going to need a lot of this one here. And then I don't know if we actually really need these other ones, because I think they're like mainly just copper and copper. I mean, like one of these is just tin. You have tin, tantalite, and then whatever that polycate stuff is. But we need right now is this one here, the sheldonite. So I did some, I put the stuff into this advanced molten ore mixture into here to get the sheldonite, which we go in here, and we need this autocleave, which we have the that to get to this, which as you can see is PT3. We then press U on that. We can click here to turn it into sheldonite dust, or we could blast it into dust. We could blast it into that, and so on. And so we would do this. I'm just trying to remember. So we get that into that. We could break it down into the crushed thing to get it, right? And then if we press U on that, I'm just trying to remember how we actually get it into platinum form, right? Because we could then press U on the sheldonite, throw it in the electrolyzer to get the platinum. That's what it was. So we get it all the way down into dust, and then with the platinum, and then the electrolyzer, we turn that into platinum. So we get platinum, so that we could get platinum wire in order to make our diodes, because diodes really aren't the best to make. So right now, again, we're going to need an autocleave. So if we press B, we go to here and see what all we need. So we are going to need another one of these, which we need one of these. So we go like that. And then I should have it right there. We go, click there, boom, done. Machine halt's done. We are going to need is that just tempered glass, right? Yeah, tempered glass, which I believe if we had some oxygen in here, we could do. So let's go ahead and grab a bucket of oxygen real quick and throw it in there. Get some more tempered glass. Perfect. So we got that. So the last thing we need is this pump thing, which if we click on this, we're going to need or not click on it, hover over it. We're going to need one of these, which means we need some more stainless steel rods, which means we need some more stainless steel, which I think we have some here. So we could do that. We could run over here to our lathe. We're going to turn it back on because I had to turn it off earlier. And we're just going to throw a bunch of these in here real quick, like so, to get that. So then we can hit B, click on this, get our motor, and then we just need our pipe. So we get our pipe. I'm also going to go ahead and run this stainless steel over here. We're going to click on this, change this back to 1. And throw all the stainless steel there into there to get more plates. But we should now be able to then go up to this, click on this, get our electric pump to get our autocleave, which we can't do because we are going to be short on something. It shouldn't be high gears because we have those. So the thing we are short on then is probably... Yep, we only have 3 plates. So it's a good thing I went ahead and told this to start making some. So we go like that. Throw them in there. Click on here. And we now have an autocleave. I also did some other things. I went ahead and if we go back into here, and not early game, we would have been on still industrial, right? Probably. Yeah, we went ahead and did our soul infused glass so that we could make some LV upgrade kits. And of course, there are some medium voltage ones we could do as well, but that we put that in, with this one here and here, which is ×4. This one's just ×6 across the board. So this can now hold 24 million power. But we also went ahead and made a Stirling dynamo over here that has one that was able to just, or test 2, so that was able to just straight up pump power into these for a little bit while other stuff happened. But let's see. Auto cleave, we will put that right here, which will get power. We will then grab this and put it here. Grab that, put it there. Go like this to get all of that into here. And then we need stone dust, which we should have just a ridiculous amount of it in here. I mean, I know we got it somewhere else as well because we were making it somewhere else, like a massive, massive amount of it. I don't remember where though, but yeah, we can do that. Or we take this and throw it up there and let that go. And as you can see, if we look at the power consumption of stuff, see that's kind of down a little bit with that and whatnot. And that is, for the most part, staying up. So we do have enough power going through everything. But now we can take this raw sheldonite stuff out of here. Actually, let's click on this. We press this here. And we go to our ore grinding. Ore crushing, it is just low voltage. So we don't need to worry about how fancy of stuff we have. But let's go ahead. I take this stuff here out of here real quick. And we'll throw that in there. I think I wanted that in there, but that's not that big of a deal. That'll throw that up in here. So we get that. And that's just going to cycle back around here in like 2 seconds, right? Boom, boom. Ooh, I don't know if I wanted that to go into that just yet. I'm pretty sure we did, but I'm not sure 100% if that's what we wanted or not. If I press U on this again, right? Yeah, we definitely wanted it back in there because we want to turn it into a powder so that we can then, yeah, and then this will need to go into a centrifuge that's either low voltage or whatever, so we get the sheldonite dust that we can put into an electrolyzer. Yeah, but we are going to need more. We only have 4. So we'll come back over here real quick and open up this just so we can get all of it. And yeah, we'll go like that and go boom, take this, throw it all there. And let's see, so we need this to go into a centrifuge, right? Or into an ore washer. If it went into an ore, let's see, if it goes into a centrifuge, we have a chance of getting nickel dust, which is a thing. Ore washer, it just needs water. But I think our ore washer has distilled, no, never mind, our ore washer has water in it. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just throw it in there. Then I guess we'll go ahead, just go like boom. Oh, wait, that's a basic electrolyzer. Our ore washer is this one, which has, yeah, distilled water in it. That's what I thought. I think I put that in there instead of that. Yeah, wrong thing into there. But we'll go ahead and grab this though, bring it back over here, throw it in here. And we'll take that out of there. We do have more stone dust we could throw in here. I'm trying to think now. We need access to a centrifuge, right? Or ore washer or a centrifuge that isn't doing anything. Do we have, I don't think we have a centrifuge that's not doing anything, right? Maybe? Technically, actually, I think we have, the thermal one there. It's a solidifier, polarizer, mentioned chemical, lathe, cutter, smelter, wire mill, bender. Do we just not? Oh wait, I think our centrifuge is over here, right? Doing stuff over here. Yeah. So we think we just need another centrifuge. And if that's the case, we should see what we need for, because I think we're also going to need the the higher powered electrolyzer as well. So we'll let that keep going. I think we'll go ahead, come in here and type in cent and see if we could find the advanced. That's a thermal centrifuge. There we go. It's advanced centrifuge 2. If we go like that and hit B, for that we are going to need another thing. So we're going to need probably one of these. And then if we go like that, close that, we'll need one of these. There we go. And then we need 2 motors, which go like this and say, okay, what are we short on? Probably going to be silver cable or stainless steel rods. Silver cable, yes. So we need silver cable times 2. So let's go ahead, take out silver. This we have here. We'll click on this one. We're going to go ahead and go like this. Throw it on 2. And just get that making silver wire. We'll grab the stainless steel plates and throw them into there. Because this is going to be doing that slurry stuff for quite a while. But yeah, I ended up making a steel drum because I realized some of these things have, like the molten ore stuff has a temperature, and the aluminum drums don't have nearly as high of a temperature, which really does make sense, but you know. Yeah. So let's see though. We are going to need probably, this got liquid tin in it, so we could go ahead and take those out. Press B. Throw them in there. We could go ahead, break this, go like this. Put this basic assembler again right there. We grab this, bring it over to there. That's got liquid tin in it right now too. We can put it there. Go like that, and then we need to grab some of our rubber. We'll grab some rubber so we get some more rubber put into that assembler so that we can make those wires all the way, or make them cable instead of wires. There we go. Okay, so we can do that. Come over here, we'll just grab this as it is. Go boom. There we go. Put that in there. Let's go ahead and eat our food, get that all the way up. There we go. So that's going to have that much rubber in it. We are going to go ahead and just come run over here quickly and grab this here and throw it in there and let that keep making more. That we can grab and put in there. Okay. So this will let us grab that. So then we can hit B, click on this, and throw that up in there, and then go 1. Ooh, and we are also apparently short on electrum wire and stainless steel rods, which we should have more stainless steel rods right here we can grab and throw in there. Take that out from there, put it there. I could throw that in there for now for no real reason, but I could do it. Electrum, we go like that. Let's go ahead, take the rest of that out, come over here, throw it in there. So that it starts getting that. We'll get 2 of them. Once we get 2 of them, we can hit B. We should then be able to click here and here again. There we go, to get our second one of those. To go ahead and make ourselves an advanced centrifuge. I wanted to use these microprocessors, the 8 high voltage one, to make some more the EV ones, but yeah, I think this is gonna help us more. We now have a medium or a high voltage centrifuge, which I think if I go like this and we put, actually, let's go ahead and grab this wire. We'll go like that. And we'll get up here and put it right there. There we go. So we now have a high voltage centrifuge that we want to put these in, right? Yeah. So we'll just put those in there. And the reason why we went ahead and did high voltage was because that's just going to be much quicker. But yeah, we could do that. And then with this, if we click on here and we go to electrolyzer, okay, this one can be done in a medium voltage one, but we do need a minimum of 6. So once that gets to 6, we could do that. We could bring them over here and get them thrown into this electrolyzer, which right now is full of that because it can't get any more chlorine. Yeah, I don't know if we have anything we could put the chlorine. I guess I could. Well, what's in this one? We don't got anything in here, so let's go ahead and grab this out and put that there and let that fill up with the chlorine that's in here. I thought this in the electrolyzer made fluorine, but it also makes aluminum. I don't know why it's not. It should still be able to do it, even with that other stuff in there. I would have thought. Or no, it's because, okay, so the oxygen is full. The oxygen is full, okay. So we'll put that there, get that pulling all that oxygen out of there, and then this will be able to make that. Okay, there we go. We got that going. This is still going. We only got, what, a couple buckets left of it, and then it can start working on those. Yeah, yeah, I could just tell that to come straight out of there, but I don't think we need to worry about it too much right now. Let's go ahead, run over here. And we could take these out of here. And I think what we're going to do instead of this is we're going to go and throw this in there. Because this will give us palladium, platinum, nickel, and that. And if we press U on this, we'll be able to, yeah, do that. Okay. Now we just take these here out of here so that we can get that one going with its stuff. There we go. Then we hit B and throw this here and this here. That'll get that. We're going to go ahead and run over here and see where this is at for the centrifuge. It should be done, right? There we go. We got a little bit of nickel. Okay, so then this we could throw in here. And then we're going to need to go down below to grab that platinum dust. which, of course, this barrel's on fire, but whatever. There we go. So we have platinum dust somewhere right there. Perfect. And then we need to cook this, so we'll run up here all the way down to our bulk blaster where we throw it right there. And 6 of them should not take that long at all to be done. There we go, they are done, so I could just click there. We could bring it over to this wire mill again, go like this, throw this on 3. And throw 3 of them in there. Then if I press U on this, we could see what else we could make with some of this stuff. We can make our extruder wider and stuff, but if we press U on this, there's some other. Ooh, we could make ourselves a nano saber. Ryojin no Ken wo Kure. I don't remember what the heck that's from, but I think it's that might be whatchamacallit. Oh, why can't I think of it? But either way, let's see. If we go like this, though, we need. I was about to say graphene dust, but no, we need gallium arsenide dust. So let's go ahead and B. Type in gal. Or we could take out this, but let's go ahead and throw nickel and beryllium in there. We're going to go ahead and throw our gold cable and our carbon dust. And some of this fluid steel that we're not going to need for a little bit in there. Then we'll come here. Or no, not here. We will come... Is it here? Yeah, this thing right here where we'll go platinum and gallium arsenide to make ourselves a bunch of diodes. Like this. See this? Watch this. Boom, 32. And then I think we are out of the liquid polyurethane in there for what we need. So we probably just want to go grab some more of that real quick. We should have a decent amount of it. There's 18 buckets there. Now there's 17. We can come back over here. Throw it in there. And then after another 5 seconds from now, we will have ourselves even more of these diodes. Done. Perfect. We'll throw them in there. And then I need some more of these. So if we go up here and we click on this, and we throw those in there, that'll do that. We are going to need some more capacitors. I don't think we have any in here. So CAP. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, so that needed, again, the thin polyurethane sheets and aluminum foil. So if we go here and type this and type in poly, we can... I don't remember how we could just turn those into sheets. We might be able to just turn these into sheets, right? So, but we're going to need FOI. Ooh, we don't have any ALU. So let's go ahead, grab out some aluminum and run over here and throw it in the thing, because I don't think there's any aluminum foil in here. No, just gallium foil and some other stuff. So we'll do that, and actually, wait. 10. There we go. Let's go ahead, organize this inventory real quick. Take out a bunch of this copper foil and throw it in here. The copper foil was made for our circuit things, so we can make more of our plastic circuit boards and whatnot. But there we go, we got that. So then we go in here and type in poly again, I think, and then just press U on this. No, didn't think so. We need a bender to do that. Okay, so yeah, it's just that. So we'll grab some of our polyurethane sheets. Put this this. We'll press U on that. Bender on 1. So this one has to go on 1. And then we'll do this. And that'll make a bunch of those, which we could actually just grab most of them out of right there. And there we go. Okay, so then we can take this over to an assembler where we could just go boom and boom. And that'll start making a bunch of capacitors. There we go. Grab those out. Throw those in. Because we'll need at least this one more in order to do that. Right, and we are still good with power. It looks like everything, I guess, still has power. This still has power. That still has power. Really can't see the thing back here. That still has power. Nice. Okay, good. Okay, so now we got 6 of those. So to get the 3 of these, so I'm trying to remember, we needed 3 of those for something. If we go back over here and click on this, we got this here, so we could get that. It might have been for this thing, right? No, this uses HV. I don't remember what I needed 3 of these for. There was something I could make. It required 3 of these. Nope, wasn't that. Or something I was looking forward into making. Oh yeah, the vacuum freezer. The vacuum freezer needs 3 of these. Okay. So I think we're going to still wait on that, because the vacuum freezer we only really need for this, but I want to get to this large chemical thing, which means we also need this. So to get this bucket of polytetrafluoride stuff, we need liquid polytetrafluoride, which means we need oxygen, which we have a lot of, and we need tetrafluoride, or we need air and tetrafluoride. Well, we have a lot of oxygen. We now just need the tetrafluor, whatever, this stuff here. So if we click on this, this is going to need hydrofluoric acid and chloroform. So the hydrofluoric acid, I think, is why we had this thing over here making fluorine, right? So if I throw that here, what was it? Oh yeah, the blue topaz can go in there. That'll make more fluorine to get into here, which, I mean, we have a decent amount of it. But we could just go like that and get that filled with that. Okay. And for that, though, it is... I press U on that and not even... Actually, wait, we could just click on right here, hydrofluoric. Is made in a chemical reactor that's also ultra low voltage, which needs hydrogen and fluorine, which I believe right now, if I come over to this one, because we are making methane, we have a lot of hydrogen in here. So I can go ahead and just bring that fluoride over that we have. We could just grab that, bring it over here. I'm going to put it right there. And then go like that. And that'll start making some hydrofluoric acid. We get up to 16 buckets of that, so I'm going to go like that. And hopefully that'll be good with that. Okay, perfect. So we have that. We do have some of these other things. We could kind of waste that. That won't be too big of a deal. But we need to get the hydrofluoric acid out of here. So we're going to hit B again. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on this. And we got no. So let's go here. Alu. Or we grab out some aluminum real quick. and throw it in here. We start getting some more of this, so we could go like this. Click here, go like that. Throw this up there and go like that. And hopefully this can go inside of this thing here. Okay, we'll find out. I put this right there. Is that connected? I can't really tell. Let's go ahead and take this sulfuric acid off, and it does not, so it cannot go inside of one of these. Darn. Which means I want to go like this. Come here. We'll go ahead and type in sky. And if I click on this, I can click on this to make a skystone tank. Now we could put there. That'll get hydrofluoric acid put into it. Nice. Okay, so we got that. The next thing we need is the chloroform, which if we go in here and we go over to this, chloroform is going to be chlorine and methane gas. It's a lot of chlorine for every single thing of methane gas. So we could go like this. We could put that there. We are going to need to empty this out. So we'll go ahead and break it, which does suck. But we'll break it, put it there. And go ahead, take this down. We'll move it over to there. We'll go like that. And inside of here, we're going to want our methane gas and chlorine. So let's grab a thing of chlorine. Boom. And we'll bring this over to here. Put that there. Go like that. And that should... we got to put this on 1. Like that. And that will make hydrochloric acid, which we also need for some stuff, and chloroform. Go ahead, pick this up, put that down. That'll probably, I'll probably grab the chloroform and whatnot. Okay, so that's all the buckets of chlorine we had here. So I'm going to bring this over here. Got another 40 something here. We'll bring it over, put it there. Start moving it into there. Let's go ahead and take this methane and move it away, because I don't think we're going to use all of it up. We also have the hydrochloric acid there that we need to find a place for. So we're going to go ahead and hit B. And put it right here. And hydrochloric acid, if we go like this and we hit U on this, this is one that if we put iron dust with, so if we put it back inside of here, yeah, so if we get it and we put it back inside of this thing, we will be able to tell it to, or we could put iron in there to make more iron 3, which will be good. All right, we'll just let that empty into there. And then we'll be able to make more iron 3 for etching stuff. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So that'll fill that up. And yeah, we now have some chloroform. And it says there's 14 and 13. We need to make this 2 buckets for every... Okay, so we have more than enough for that. But we do need a high voltage chemical reactor for this. Actually, I don't remember if we have. Electrolyzer assembler, distillery, chemical bath, autoclave, centrifuge. And then that one in there is the the cutter. So we are going to need to make ourselves a high voltage thing now. Let's go ahead, click on this. We need a high voltage chemical reactor. Chemical Pascal. Make sure we make the right thing. Advanced chemical reactor, we go like that. Hover over this. The only thing we are missing, we are going to need another one of these, if I could find it. So we click here, go boom. To make another one of these, there we go. High voltage machine hall. We are going to need another one of these, which means we need more electrum wires. So let's grab that real quick. It should be over here. We can throw that in there. Click on that to get that. And then we just need two of these, which are going to need a medium voltage extruder to make with the polyethylene ingots. So we're going to need to make some polyethylene ingots, and I think we might have made an extruder, right? Fluid solidifier, forming press. Actually, we might not have. I don't think we did now that I think about it. What do we have up there again? That's the extractor, wire mill, sifter thing. Yeah, so we don't actually have that. So we're going to need to make for this, right? Because again, it's the only way we're going to get them. We're going to need to make an extruder that is medium voltage at least. So if we click here and then click there, hover over that and see what we need. We are going to need one of these, which means we are going to need more of our aluminum rods. So that we can go here, we can click this, we can click that, go like that. Make that. Then we actually need to make this, so we'll go like that. Which will let us make that. And then we just need these, which we could go here and go like this. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we just need the medium frame. So we'll go like that. We'll go ahead and click this so it doesn't try to say we don't have them. Perfect. Which apparently we already had that. Whatever. There we go. Not enough craft. I'm assuming it's now the medium voltage. Yeah, we don't actually have. We only have what, one of these microprocessors. So let's go ahead. We should really have everything we need to make another one over here. So if we go like this and we go to this thing here, we needed these. We needed yellow and transistor. So yellow and transistor should already be in there. Well, actually, apparently not all of the transistors are in there. But we'll need these. I don't think we need those ones. We need these ones. So we need, just looking at it, we're missing something, right? So actually, let's just put this in there the way it shows. We'll go like that, that. That's the resistor, right? Note the resistors are up here, so we just need our transistors, which go there. Now we just need the capacitors, which we have some there. Okay, perfect. Okay, then we go here. Throw that in there to just make that, but we are going to go ahead and pull this out, so we only just make the one set for right now. Perfect, there we go. Then we should be able to hit B, come down, click on this extruder, which we now have. Okay. I could then bring it over here and hook it up Let's see. We're going to go ahead and throw that out there. Then we'll hook it up right there. That'll get that. Okay. So now we just need a couple other things. I could take that off of there. Same with some of this other stuff. We could take it off because we don't really need it anymore. Okay, there we go like that. Okay, so then we need poly. Missed the L. Because we need to be able to make normal polyethylene pipe, which means we're going to need polyethylene ingots, which we make those in an extruder with that, or in a fluid solidifier with that. So if we come over here and we have this and we take this out, right? And we go here and we go like this and we call this a mold. I thought we had a mold for that. If I click on this real quick, I click on this. We could just make a block of it. Yeah, because I could just go like this and say casting. And we could throw the casting one in there. And then we can get our polyurethane. I'm not sure how much we need to make a single thing. So we could just go ahead, or a block. I'll just bring it over and go boom. We'll go like that. And we'll take that out. And there we go. We can then just hit B. And go like that. Then we can come over to our extruder where we actually go like this, click on this, and type in normal, because we already actually have a normal pipe extruder thing, because I apparently made one at some point. And we could throw that in there, and that in there. To get those, there we go, perfect. And then we should be able to click here. To click on the advanced chemical reactor. Boom, there we go. And we bring this over to here. And put it right there so it starts getting that. And that's where we're going to put our chloroform. And our... Actually, we want to go like... Whoa. Where'd I get... I got lost somehow. I'm going to disconnect that. We'll grab our chloroform and our hydrochloric real quick. Bring those over to here. Go ahead and start throwing that in there. We do need to get up on top of it, sadly, which I don't think we have an easy way to do, really, right yet. Put that there. And let that start making the tetrafluoroethylene that we need to make whatever. It also gives us a bunch of hydrochloric acid as well. But yeah, but that's what we need right there. So we go like this, click on that. And we have the bucket. Why does it say we're missing a... Okay, so actually I need to click on this. Okay, so actually, yeah. So tetrafluorine, in order to do that, it wants us to get the hydrofluor. Okay, so that's what it is mainly. We don't have the fluorine or the methane because we didn't click on any of those. Okay. Okay, so we don't actually have... Okay, so if I go in here, I could go... Actually, I'm going to hit B real quick, throw this and this in here. I'll throw that and that. And that and that and that. But throw that and that in there. And then we go like this. Where we could click on this and grab a bucket of methane. that we could put back in there. We need a bucket of fluorine, which we could put back in there. Okay. Then we could say yes, yes, we completed those, blah, blah, blah. Then we need the hydrofluoric and the chloroform, which hopefully we still have, yes, enough in here. So we grab a bucket of that and a bucket of that, which will give us these, which we go in and say, yes, we completed those. Okay, perfect. And then we go in and say, yes, we completed that. Perfect. Okay, there we go. And we could put those in there and be good. Okay, and then we press this button where we click on this. We want a bucket of liquid, blah, 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 which we then go back to the atomic age, right? And that's what we're aiming for right now, which if we click on this and we click on this, we need to put this in a chemical reactor of any voltage with oxygen. Okay, so we could just run this over here. Go like this and say, man, we're this oxygen thing. Let's see, that's hydrogen, this is oxygen here. We'll grab that. Put that there. Go ahead, take that out. Run back over here, grab this liquid polyurethane. Do that, and because I really don't, well, ethylene we could. I could go like this. We could click here and type in bucket real quick. There we go. Then we click on this and go and get out 7 buckets of that. We could then throw this up here, grab this and put it there. Probably gonna waste some oxygen doing this, but it'll be okay. Let's go ahead and eat as well right now. There we go. And you know what? That's honestly good enough with me. I'll go like this. Let's just go break that. Okay, there we go. Then we'll put that back down. Grab this, put that on there. Go like that. And take this bucket of this, put it in there. Press U on this and go, it probably has to be on 1. Yep. Like that. And then after a couple of times making this, we should be able to do that. I might need more. I don't know what the conversion rate was. I didn't look at it. It could be slightly less than a full thing. So we'll just run over here though. We'll grab that out. And then of course, because of this has this hydrochloric in it, let's go ahead, grab this out of here. We'll put it right here. Go like that. Somehow I don't know how I got that one back there, but I got that one back there. We'll go like that to take the hydrochloric out, and that'll make another bucket of this stuff for us to use over here if we need to. Okay, so if we go here, actually no, it did make a full bucket, so we could still go like this though. Put that in there. Grab that out and go, yay, perfect. Okay. So that gives us 3 star coins for that. So now we can make ourselves the large chemical reactor. You now have PTEFE, which means you can make one of the most useful, yes. Which is these large, which is what we need this for. Which sadly still requires an extruder, which means we're probably going to need a fluid solidifier for this. So what we'll do is we will grab this over here. We'll come over here to this. We got a bunch of ethylene on us. I kind of just want to go like this. So hit B. Throw it in here for now, like so. You know what? Let's go ahead and throw this back up there. Turn all this into plates. We'll come back once that is plates and do some stuff with that. So we'll need probably a bit of this. There we go. To do what we want to do with that. So that'll turn into that, which we could then use to make our two little things here. We are going to need some more of this and some more high voltage things probably. Actually, no, we have 4 high voltage ones, which is all we need there. So we just need this as well. Stainless steel, which might be medium voltage extruder. If we have, do we have, we do. Okay, perfect. So I could grab this, put this here. We could take this out of there, put it in there. And then we could grab just 4 stainless steel ingots. Go like this and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. That'll make our stainless steel rotor, which is going to be a lot easier to make than doing that other way. It's also one heck of a lot cheaper, I think. There we go with that. Then we go over to this. We now need a motor, which is right here. Which we need more silver cable. There we go. We go like that. Boom. There's our motor. We need one of these, which means we're gonna need one of these. We go like that to go like that. How's this thing doing? It's got 64 of those in there, so perfect. We can take those out, throw them in there. We can then click here. We need... About to make the wrong thing. So now we just need those 2 things there. Okay, perfect. So, because again, we should have that. We got the 4 of those. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so we got those. We can now go ahead and take this. We could then break that because we don't want that little bit of polyurethane in there. We could go like this and like this. Tell it to just make a block of it. We could go like that, and then we could bring this over here. Where actually we need large pipes, don't we? Yeah, so we're gonna need a large pipe extruder mold. So if we go like that, press A on there to get that, we're gonna need an extruder mold for bolt. To get that, we're gonna need an extruder mold for rod. To get that, we need an empty mold. To get that, we need a steel plate. Okay. So if I click there, click here, we can't make that, can't make that. And do we just not have any steel plates? STEE. Oh, we don't. So let's go ahead and make some... Nope, almost. Ooh, that would have been bad if that would have changed that. Go ahead, get some steel plates going. I need one more. Boom, there we go. Okay, so now I should be able to click on this and go all the way through to here, where we click on that, throw that up there. Go like this. There we go. So we have that. And then if we press U on this, there shouldn't be much it can make. Bolts. We need the bolt. So we'll go like that. We'll go like this. We'll press this. So we'll go like that. And then to make the large pipe, it goes in the middle. With this on that side. What? Huh? Oh, never mind, never mind. I was like, well, why is that not? Because I clicked the wrong, I grabbed the wrong one. I did this one. There we go. Okay. And then I could take that. I could fake this. I could throw it in there instead of that, and then throw those in there, which will give me just one out of the two I need because I need some more of those, which means I need some more of that, so I need some more of this Tetris stuff. So let's run all the way over here and grab another bucket of it, like so. And then do bad jump running over here. So that way there I can take it, put it in there. This will make another bucket of this. There we go, which I could then run all the way over here to this guy and throw in here to get another block of it. Oh, come on. There we go. And I could bring them over here and go like that. And we're going to go take that out just in case I need it for something else later. There we go. Then I can click that. And we can now click on this. Yeah, perfect. Woo, quest complete. The LCR. So the LCR apparently will let us do a bunch of stuff. It'll let us get Endstone and wait. That was annoying. I heard the sound first before these guys. Whatever. This will let us get Endstone and Netherack, which we could use to make stuff. But there we go. We could do that. And if we press U on this, or go click on this, so we press U on this. So this is another multi-block machine that we'll definitely want to get some stuff for. Ooh, okay, so what all do we need? We're going to need a maintenance hatch, which we should have. So let's go ahead like this, though, real quick, and throw some of this stuff into different inventories. For now, I'll go throw the RAM chips in there. The fine wire in there, that medium. Actually, we might need that. Actually, you know, yeah. That we want to keep in our normal inventory. We'll go through the gold cable, silver cable, the platinum, selenite, that. Yeah, let's go ahead. Go ahead and just put most of this stuff in there. There we go. Okay, so this, again, though, is a... It's going to need a high voltage hatch, which is good because we do have... Like, hold down Shift B. We have two of them. And we do have the copper nickel we need for it. Okay. So if we come back over here, we go like this again, and we press U on this. So this goes in the middle, and it will need a lot of this, which we could see what that requires here in a minute. But so for now, what I could do is I could take like this. We're going to go ahead, step back to, I think, right here. We'll put that right there. We'll put that right there. And we'll break that. We'll then hit B and type in terminal. We'll go like that, and we'll shift right click with this to see what all we have. So we have an energy hatchet put down and an energy hatchet put down. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that that went where it went. Okay, but the energy hatches for those, I think we will put those in the back here. It will have two. And yeah, okay. So now we just need to make some of this, which for this is going to be just solid machine casings with the liquid stuff that we just have. Okay, perfect. So we are going to need more of that. So I think we're going to need a lot more hydrofluoric acid, which fluorine gas and yeah. So actually that we will the methane we could easily take out. We just need our buckets. So we'll go like this and take out our methane gas and put it back in here. Like so. There we go. Like that. Yep. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that'll give us that. We could then, yeah, take out this one last thing here. And then we just have hydrochloric acid in there right now, right? Yep, okay. I'm curious, though. Super curious right now. If I go like this and we hit B, or not even B, we click on this. And we go back to here. No, okay, trying to think of something right now. Trying to think. So if we click on this and we type in tank real quick, right? There should be no. Okay, so it's not what I'm thinking. I'm trying to think. There's a tank that you can make similar to these fluid cells, right? Uh, maybe it's cell. Fluid cell, and then fluid cell frame. So I do have a fluid cell. Okay, perfect. Okay, I was trying to remember if I actually had one of these. Can this hold hydrochloric acid? Can I connect this to it? So there's got to be a way to connect these to those that apparently would work. If we go in here and type in pipe again, right? So we did have all these. Can I take like this and put it there? And then we would need a wrench to connect it down to there. And how do we tell it to transfer though? Because I want to get it. Oh man, so I want to. So if we go like that, that doesn't work there. Actually, wait. Click on this configuration. There you go. I've remembered. You got to tell it to have an input side. That's what it is. You have to tell it to put an input side. So either way, that's got that. So we could technically go ahead, break this because I don't feel like dealing with the other parts of it, and we could put that down there. We could then grab our fluorine, put it down. Let's go grab methane, put it down there. We'll come all the way over here where we will grab hydrogen. And we will put it down right there. Throw both of these into there. Or this will make the hydrofluoric acid that we last time put into here. And then of course the other thing we can do now, we should be able to do, right? If I go like this, because I don't think I'm needing this as much as I was earlier. But we could jump up here. Actually, I could probably just come to right here, click this. Let's go ahead and take those out of there because I'm not using them. Can I put these both into there? Yes, I can. And now it could hold 192 buckets. So we could go like this and drain that out of there. And then we'll be able to tell it to put all this hydrofluoric acid into here. Right, so we'll go boom and boom. And then we got to actually connect this back up again. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so that has a bunch of hydrochloric acid in it now. I should be able to actually come over here as well. And go like this on the top side for that. And that'll transfer the rest of that out of there. We can come over here and grab this one. Put it right there. Pull all of it out of there. And be good. We'll now have a big tank of hydrochloric acid that we can deal with. And not have to worry too much about it. Okay, perfect. Okay. That can go in there. Okay, but yeah, that'll also let me bring this all the way over here. And put it there so I can go like that. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. And that goes there. This disconnects from there. Connects into there. So that'll make more of our other stuff. Perfect. Which would be nice if we could put it in something, right? That's full, that's full, that's empty. I wonder if I could put it in here. It's almost done. Tetra. Okay, perfect. So we could just let that go like that for now. Right? I mean, that's going to need some more of something at some point. We'll bring this back over here. Put that right there. Okay, but the fluorine's basically gone. And for some weird reason, there's hydrochloric in here again, even though we... Yeah, I don't know. Okay, either way, we now have our hydrofluoric. We could bring over some of that to over here. And just put it right here out of our way. Go like this. Okay, we can put that right there. Okay. So now we just need more chloroform. Go with our hydrofluoric acid in there. We can grab our hydrochloric acid from here. I'm pretty sure we're going to make more with the methane and whatnot. So we put that there. Put that there. And then it was methane and... I don't remember for chloroform. Methane and chlorine. Okay, that was what it was. Chlorine. I don't think we have any more chlorine. Yeah, we definitely don't have any more chlorine. Okay. So we need to work on making some more chlorine. So let's go ahead and grab our bucket of seawater that will go into the centrifuge. Like that, which will put out salt water. That we can put that right there, so that gets salt water. And yeah, okay. So that'll take just a little while to do. And while it's doing that, we'll look and see what else we got for what we need to get done. Okay. But I know we needed some of this stuff, right? The tetrafluora, whatever, to make more of something. I'm trying to remember what we were doing. Okay, we click on this. Okay, actually, we click on this. This here. So we need the liquid, poly, whatever stuff. So we need to take this all the way over here and put down right there. And put in here with the oxygen to get the tetrafluoride stuff. So we could then take this. We could pick this up, put it there, and go like that to put the liquid poly whatever stuff into there. And then figure out from there what we needed. So it goes on any assembler. We could put that stuff plus that. I mean, again, if we put it on a high voltage one, it's only half a second. So I mean, it's not really going to be a big deal. We probably might still use that down there. But we're going to need, how many of these do we need again? So if we press U on this, right, we don't actually need these heavy input buses, I don't think. Actually, we might. Because there might be a couple things that we could get out of these. But we need 18 of these and one of the casings here, which, ooh. That's going to require a bit of work. Okay. So I think right now, again, we come over here, we click on this. If I go like this, take this out of it, click on this. We could take this one out and throw this one here and there. Get a couple plates, because we're going to need a couple of those for that piping. Whatever. I don't even know why we need it. I don't see it anywhere on here, but just in case we need it, we'll have it. So we would need that many, and then, oh my goodness, that's so much random stuff we need just for that one piece. I'm hoping we don't need it. We'll find out. Yeah, we're actually getting a decent amount of this stuff. So to make these, though, we are going to need small or solid. So if we go here and type in solid, we have 9. You're definitely going to well, we might not need more. Well, let's go here and we'll just go ahead and try what we see what we need for this bus. The import stuff, I don't see why we would really need more than a low voltage. So if it'd be more of the output, right? And I think the output, I mean, if we go here, we press U on this, and we go to this, I mean, we're definitely not ever going to, I mean, the most it could have when you look at this is, like, if I scroll through, blah, 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 looks like the most it can have in the large chemical reactor anyways is going to be 4 liquids and 3 things. So how many? So we're gonna need what? Probably 4 liquid things, because I think liquid output is also only right. Output hatch is only going to be 1 liquid. So we'll need 4 output hatches unless the, if we go like this and we want to hatch actually, so output hatch. If we go like that, looks like the only real difference in those is how many things they could hold. So if we go here and we just say hatch, right? So LV output hatch. So if we go like that, and we come over here and we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we press this and we go output. So we don't have any more output whatchamacallit. So we're going to need an output. So the output things have 4. We can't have more than 3 items. So we are going to just go like this real quick. And go with output bus real quick. And should be able to just click on this, go like this, and go wire. We'll probably need iron screws. Yep, so we're gonna need some iron screws. So let's go ahead, grab some of these iron bolts. Come back over to the lathe, I think. Yep, there we go. Boom. Just go like that. Press B. Throw those in there. Click on this, go like that. We're gonna go ahead and make 2 of those. Then we need a low voltage machine haul, which means we are going to need some more steel plates, which I think we did make a bunch of. So we'll come over here, we'll go like that, we'll press B. We'll then look over here, we grab this, and then grab this to grab the low voltage output bus. And that will go on this side right here. Then if we go here and type in input, we could grab some input hatches and an input bus, and we'll go with 1, 2, of course, 1, 2, 3, right? Because we could have 3 different liquids go in, I think. Oh man, we could have 5 different liquids go in. I don't know if there's ever anything that makes use of 5, so I forgot. Well, actually, there's one there that does at least 4. So if we went like that and went like that, then an input bus of that, and go darn, we definitely need to put those in one block. Let's go ahead, go like that. So I was thinking about the fact that it's a square. So we'll go input hatches like that and a input bus like that. There we go. We'll just go ahead and say that's probably good enough. I'll click here. Maintenance. Let's go ahead and grab a maintenance hatch that we could put right there. Okay. So as it stands right now, we have output, input. So let's go ahead and see if we could do this then. We'll come over here and we'll grab this and bring it over here just so it'll be a little bit quicker. I'm going to try to do this using as little of this as possible. So we will take this out. We'll take that out. We'll put that there. Grab this and put it in there. And then we'll hit B and we'll type in solid and take these back out because I don't know why I put them back in there. And then we'll press U on this. Go to the assembler, which we definitely don't want that one. So again, it's going to be the liquid, blah, 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 on 6. So if we go here and put that on 6, it'll do that. Okay, perfect. And then we go like this here. Put that in there. Okay, perfect. That gave us all 9. Okay. So I'm assuming if I go like this and we put one of these right there, right? Okay, then we hit B. We hit U. And then just, yeah, fill in the rest of it. But we will need a couple more for sure. So if we go like this and go 1, 2, like that, we're gonna need what, 2 more? So if I go like this and we find that, if I go like that, that'll make 2 solid machine casings. But I can come over here, throw in there, go like that, go like that to get those. Put that there, and that there, and nope. Darn. Darn. I wish it, again, I still wish it told you, let's see, structure help see the structure in JEI. So yeah, which I mean, again, we just do that. But like, on this, it shows just the simple versions of these. So you have your output, your high voltage input, your high voltage output, and some other stuff. But I'm gonna go like this. We're just gonna hit B real quick and click on that. Actually, well, it was already over there. We'll click on that and go like this. Just make 4 more of these real quick. Throw them in there. Okay, so we have enough to make 2. There we go. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and actually just take out some of these here. Just in case there's an actual limit as to how many of those it can have, right? Because it might have a limit to how many hatches and stuff it can have. Either that or it does need that pipe thing wherever it's at. Nope, forgot to hit you on that. This thing here. Which actually it probably I was like I can't find it. Yeah, because it needs it in the center. Okay, so yeah, we definitely need this. So we need to make one of these. So what we'll do is we will grab this thing here, run it over here real quick, and place it down right here. We will then go like this and stop that from making too many of these. And then we need to put that over here just so we can see easier what we can make or what we need to make it. So we'll go like that. We'll click on that. We'll go like that. Okay. So to make it, we are going to need a frame, which means we're going to need some more ingots, right? Of course, these here, if I press U on this, can I just throw that in a lathe? Yes, I can. I can throw it in a lathe to get that. So we need 8 of these, so we're going to need 4 of them in a lathe. So if I go like this, 1, 2, we could throw that in there. Get those, and we can hit B to click here. And click here to get, because of the way this stupid thing is, we'll click here, and then we'll click here to get that. There we go. So now we just need the 4 normal pipes, which means if I go like this and throw that there, we could then go like that. Pull that out of here. Come here and type in normal. Just to make sure, again, I'm going to click on this and just double check normal pipes, which we need 3 to make 1 pipe, and we need 4, which means we're going to need 12, which means we're going to need 1 more, sadly. That sucks. So we throw that there, we throw that there, we throw this up there. And then I think it just means we're going to need to make an ingot extruder or an ingot mold. Right, so if we go in here, because I don't think we have a mold for an ingot. We just have the plate, which, yeah, so we go here. Type in mold real quick. Ingot mold, there we go. We can click this. Do we really not have enough of something? B S T E. Yep, still technically still. Oh man, we're just flying through that stuff. Again, it's been a while, but man, yeah, there we go. So we go like that. Grab these first two steel plates. There we go. Which we can then click on that. We can click here to make that. And then we can click there to make the ingot mold. And then we'll bring it over here because we should only need 144 to make an ingot. We'll be able to come over here and take the block out, throw the ingot in. There we go. Come over here to this thing, throw that one ingot in. You get that out. Now I'll be able to click on that and that. There we go. Perfect. And we should be able to come over here and maybe finish this off now. Let's go ahead, break those back again. Put that in there. And these are output hatches. So if we go like that, like we had it before. And then I accidentally put those back in there. P-O-L. Nope, that's not what they're called anyways. Machine, there we go. There we go, we can put that there. Ooh, so nice. It does have the ability to have multiple patches and stuff. So we'll go like that, and we'll put that one there. Perfect. And it needs maintenance. Okay, so we go here, and we'll go tool. No, I'm joking. Hammer. No, that has an F. H-A-M. Take out a hammer. Crowbar. We'll take out the crowbar. Screwdriver. And I think that's all we need. Wire cutters. Okay, so actually Shift B, is that in here? Nope, it's not. Okay. Actually, Shift B will take all these plates out that we apparently have in there. Throw them here, and then type in wire. Click on that. Click on that. Click here. Type in. Okay, no. Okay, so we don't have any tape in there right now. So if I go like this over to this guy, we haven't used any of this tape in here. We're just going to bring it over here just in case. Boom, there we go. So now we have a large chemical reactor, which structure, form, maintenance, fine. Perfect. Okay. So now, in order to get Netherack, we would either need Netherack pebbles, or in here you put redstone and 32 buckets of lava. So if we come over here and grab our 32 buckets of lava, put it there. We'll go ahead here and type in pipe real quick. There we go. We can then hit that there and go like that. And we could then come over here, grab some redstone, throw it in there. And then once all of that is in here, which sadly we're going to have to go like that in order to get the amount of lava we need in there. I think that's actually why you want the other ones, because so like this thing here that needs 32 buckets of lava just to make that, so then we should be fine, I thought. Large chemical reactor, it should have 32, 60. So does it have to actually have, it has to have 32 in a single one, doesn't it? Darn. So that means we definitely do need a different, upgraded hatch. Input hatch. So we would need a minimum of a medium voltage input hatch, which is made in an assembler using a bronze drum, which is made in an assembler, or we could make that crafting here. So if we go like this, and then we go like that, we can make ourselves a bronze drum, which then goes in a machine hall. We want the input hatch. So we would need... What the hell is that? Let's just click on this. Okay, there we go. So that's liquid poly or poly whatever stuff. So if we come over here right now, this has some of this stuff in there. So if we were to take this and then press B and grab a machine hall and throw it in there on 1, right? So I should be able to click on this and change this to 1. There we go. That is going to make, yep, a medium voltage input hatch, which I could then grab out of here, bring over here. Let's go ahead and break that one. It's going to take a while to change stuff, isn't it? Boom, there we go. That'll do that. Structure's fine, maintenance is fine, because I got to transfer 16 buckets of this out. So if we go like this and do this, we're going to have to do some work. So I will come back once I get all these out. Bucket. Yeah. I'm going to grab these ethylene buckets out again and just pour all of it into the thing just so we can get some more buckets. And you know what? Do we have another empty tank here? So, oh, we do. We have this one. Boom. So we'll come back once we have all of these, once I get all this lava moved into that one. Okay, so with this, all of that lava should now be in here. We have 32 buckets of lava in there. There's more redstone in there than we need. But this still isn't working. We have an output bus. So let's go ahead, press this button. Click on this, click on this, click on this. So it doesn't need to be on a thing. It just says it's a... Oh, never mind. Never mind. You guys are probably laughing at me so much right now. We need to go here real quick, and we are going to need to make a couple of things. First thing being is we are going to need... go like this and type in gold and do that. So we then need to press B and type in wire and go shift B because we put it in here. So that way there we can connect our wires up to these, which again, we have high voltage, we have high voltage, so we can put high voltage power into here. So we need to make ourselves a thing, which we should be able to do. We should be able to make ourselves something, right? Go like that to make that, then this to make that. Then if we click on here, we're just missing the aluminum wire, which if we go like this and scroll down, why does it? No, wait, never mind. Okay, so we have that. I thought I could go like that and take 4. And if we get 16 of those, right? And then we take the 16 of these that are 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Missed one. There we go. Then we press U on that. We should be able to click on this if we had a high voltage circuit. So we just need a high voltage circuit real quick, which we can make if we make another medium voltage one real quick. What do we need for this to make another medium voltage? We need that square number thing, so we need one of these. So we go like that to make some medium voltage ones real quick. To then make some high voltage, which needs the red and the other one. So we'll go like this. Click on here. We'll take out the red ones. We'll put in the RAM chips. And that should be what it needs there. There we go. So we could do that. That'll give us the high voltage ones real quick. Being able to make these, or making these things was so nice. Yep, come on. Faster, faster. It's 20 seconds. It shouldn't take that long. It should only take 20 seconds. I know, I'm impatient. Okay, well, there we go. We got those. We should now be able to click on that. Press U on this. Click on this. Grab that. There we go. I should now be able to bring this over here. I'm just going to put it right there. Connect that up to there. Connect that up to there. Go in here, type in add create so we can grab that and this. We will put one of them here. And just because I like not going through stuff as much as possible, really, I'm going to put one here. And that'll go down there. Even though it goes through a block, I'm fine with that. And we'll put that there. And now that's got power, which means this has power, which means this should be able to work. We have that in there. We have lava in there. We have power in all of it, so why is it not working? We can go all the way up to EV recipes. So I must be missing something. Okay, so we click on here, we click on this. Okay, we click on this. Okay, so again, on nothing. That and 32 buckets of lava. We have 32 buckets of lava, and we have redstone. If I take that out and put it back in? No. That's again an input hatch. That's an input bus. We go over here, we have an output bus. So I'm not sure why this isn't working. So in a large chemical reactor, have 32 buckets and 16 just plain redstone dust. That is exactly what we have. So why does it not want to work? Do I need something else? Should it need something else, right? Because when you look at the outputs from this, right? Hey, that makes that a little bit easier to tell what it is this time for some weird reason. Not sure what that is. Probably, actually, that might be... I'm not sure what that is, yeah. So, because it works... Well, is there something else that we could possibly make in here? But I actually would, again, we wanted to click on that. We were looking at, it's saying we have a total of 5 inputs of liquid, right? But right now we're only using 2. But we only have a possibility of 4 outbounds. Blah, blah, blah. It is quite possible that these all just do need to be high voltage outputs and inputs. Which is, if that's the case, that does kind of suck. Go grab this lava, though, and bring it over here. And put it back down right there. Let that fill up with lava again. So I'm not sure why this chemical reactor doesn't work. If I click on this, and we click on this, and we just click, 0. Okay. It made it by just changing one of those to 0 for some reason. But that's fine, because we can click on that. We can click on this, make some Netherack to get started in the processing. Perfect. Done. Okay, but I am curious now. If I go like this, and we hit B, and we click on this, the Netherack pebble. I was curious if you could just make that, but it doesn't look like you could make that. Because, I know if you go like this, and you get this, if you press U on this... Okay, it actually doesn't say anything about being able to just right-click and get it, so I wonder if I was to put this down and right-click on it, do I get pebbles from it? As if I was in the nether. No, I do not. Okay. Okay, that's fine. There we go, we got that. Okay, so that gives us this, which gives us netherrack dust, and it's not exactly groundbreaking, just crush it. Yeah. So we'll go over here and go to this one where I'll go like this. Throw 1 in there. And do that. There we go. Boom. Nether dust gives us that. And then we want the nether aromatic stuff, which we put in an extract, a medium voltage extractor, which we could do that by throwing this up here. And that won't go anywhere because that's the liquid we have going for that one. There we go. We now have that. So we can click on that, get that. Essence of Nether maybe will bring some hot weather. And the Nether air bucket. In order to get the Nether air, we throw just that in a... We're going to need a high voltage mixer to do that, so we can't do that yet. We're going to need to make a high voltage mixer for it. But if we do that, we can get this Nether air, which we could then... Of course, we could get it by burning that to an EV once we get there. But then with the nether air, what we could do is we could throw nether air in the centrifuge to get carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide if we wanted to. We could throw it in a mixer with end aggro to get ender air. We throw it in a freezer to get liquid nether air, and a bulk vacuum to do the same thing. And yeah, so we could basically, it's either we use it to make the ender air, or we use it to make the liquid nether air, which the liquid nether air we could then put in here to get a bunch of these other things. Or it goes into the Stargate assembly. Yeah, which we will need a lot of once we get there. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, now what do we need for Endstone? Endstone, we need probably the same thing. 32 buckets and glowstone. We're nowhere near having that much lava. We are definitely going to need to make something to make lava better. But we can grab glowstone and throw it in there. We'll take the redstone out, and then we're going to click here. And let's type in lava real quick, L-A-V-A, and see what we can use to get lava faster. We'll get a lot of it out of a centrifuge with rich debris nether magma, which is, I'm guessing, how we get ancient debris. The large stone barrel, we could use to get a bunch of that. The industrial barrel, magmatic. What do we need for that? I'm going to go over here. Hold A on that. Go like that. We're going to need a lot of stuff for that. Plus that, yeah, that's a big thing. So we might just make ourselves another large stone barrel, as we took our other one down real quick. But we'll go here. Type in large real quick. Go like this. Press U on that. We're going to need 9 stone bricks and that. So if we go here and type in stone, we could grab that and that. And then we could click off of there, press B, not B, Shift B, to get a terminal. There it is. I was like, grab our terminal. We will bring this, I think, just back here, where I will go like this and put that down there. We'll put this one right here. We'll put that right there. We'll go like that and build that, which will build everything we need on it except for the hatches. Which, yeah. So to get the lava again, we need just a massive amount of cobblestone and a soul campfire. So we'll go like that. So we're going to need a input, which actually having this over here is probably not the best because, yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and tear down this again. We can bring it over here. And we'll go underneath here, where I can go like this and hopefully reach down to the side of that. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Or I could then jump down and we could put a couple of blocks. Like so. There we go. Okay, then we'll break this and go boom, boom, boom. We're probably going to want just a couple more, just to make it safer to step down onto. Okay, there we go. And then we can put this down here. Grab this and this, where we put this right here. Shift right click on that to put it up here. And then we're going to want break that one, break that one. Shift B, we need an input. No, we don't need an input hatch. We're going to need an input bus. Input. We'll grab an input bus, and then we need a hatch. We'll need an output hatch. Okay, so we go like this, and we put that right there. And we put that right there. It's like right now I got a lot of cobblestone in there. But then we go like this. There we go. Boom. Hit B. Or Shift B real quick, maybe. We need to grab out this. But yeah, we'll need B. We'll go here and type in item. We get some item pipes. We go like this. And tell this to take cobblestone and put cobblestone into there. And then we also need to put the soul campfire in there. And then that's going to make lava that will come out of this one. Right? So we go like that, put that right there. That right there. And then the lava has a temperature of 1300. So when we go back and look at our drums real quick, DRUMB. No, I'm joking. That's dumb. And if we hover over like this one here and we hold shift, you can see the temperature limit on this is 1166. So we cannot put lava in an aluminum barrel. It'll be 1671 for the gold drum, but again, that only has 32. The stainless steel could hold up that much, but requires us to make it in a thing. But I think that's probably... Actually, we'll probably just make the steel. I mean, that holds 64 buckets. And we could just go like... We could just go like this, click on this, and go 1, 2. And then... click on that. Why can't we do that? Do we really not have steel plates? Man, I'm not very good with this steel plate thing. Okay, there we go. Then we click that. There we go. Steel drum. We could bring that over. Put it right there. And go like that. And that'll start putting lava into there. So we now have lava getting made here and lava getting made there. Yeah. Shouldn't take too long, I don't think, to get another 32 buckets. At this point, we have almost that much there. And of course, we could always just go like this real quick. And take out these 8 buckets here. And put them into this. Like so. Just so that we can get as much as possible right now. Okay, so that's that. We're up to, what, 8 buckets here. Okay, so then we bring this over and go boom. Okay, so it hopefully won't take too long to get these 32 buckets we need just to make Endstone. We're what, 8 buckets off? So Yeah. Should give us all of that. Desulfurizing. Mix oil distillation products with some hydrogen to clean them, allowing you to distill them for. Ooh, okay, cool. Cool. I guess we could go ahead say sure to that even though we haven't done it. I still don't know what this is. Used to turn HV machines into their perfect overclocked multi, you know, variant versions. So is there like a like if I was to put it on this, I don't know. I don't know how it works. So we were also busy doing stuff with this, right? This should have now. Yeah, we were doing something with that. I kind of got sidetracked, didn't I? But that's fine. It's fine. What are we looking like now? We should be able to come over here and go 1, 2, 3. Any second, get a fourth one maybe. 1, 2, 3. So it's still going to take quite a while for this to get up there. We still need 4 more buckets. Ooh. Let's go ahead and hit B. Not B, Shift B. So we can get our bread back out and eat that. And go, yeah, there we go. And then we'll go ahead and throw this in here. We'll hit B again, though. Throw the processor, that in there. And some of this other stuff in here that we shouldn't really need with us right now. Netherack. What else can we use with Netherack real quick? We could use Netherack to make the blaze burner. But I don't know if there's a way to actually get blazes or not. Because if we could get blaze burners, then we could essentially make it so that this here is fully automated and we don't have to worry about running out of charcoal. And then we could use the charcoal for other stuff. Because we could essentially just use our lava here that we get out of this. You know, we could do that kind of thing. So boom. Okay, so I can't put that in there, so we gotta wait for that to actually make that last little bit. Okay, we'd be able to make lava and then the arm thing to auto feed this, which would then also, I believe, get that hotter. But that would all depend on whether or not we can get blaze anyway. I'm not sure. But what else can we do with Netherack? Let's go ahead and press U on there. I would assume if you could make it, there's got to be a way to get them, or not. I don't know. Okay, well, we can get layer stones, apparently. We can make nether brick. We can make the different things there. We can throw it in an autoclave with brimstone and liquid blaze to get more brimstone. We could do the same thing with cryostone and liquid helium. We get netherrack dust. We could throw a dimensional pinging. Nether inscribed coordinate crystal. I have no idea what that is for. I have a feeling that the stargates are how you actually get to the nether, possibly. This might actually be how you do it. You get this stargate and you do this stuff to get this to get to the ability to go to the nether. Maybe, who knows? Same thing there, crushing. Ooh, blah, blah, blah. What can we get with crushed netherrack? Is there anything specific we can get? We can get cinder flour. Or we can melt it back into lava. And then if we press U on this, we could use this to make the blaze cake base. And then you fill that with lava to make blaze cakes. And that would actually be the way to feed the blaze things with, make them even better. But yeah, okay. For now, let's go ahead and grab this. bring it over, put it there. Go like that. And this should make us our Netherack once that's out of there. Yeah. Should. Anyways, let's go ahead. Grab this other one lava bucket, though, for now. And just throw it back in there. But yeah, so we'll be able to do this stuff here. Where are we at? 4 and whatnot. Let's go ahead, go like this and this. Here, press F2 so we get our screenshot. F5 so we can get back out here. Boom, grab our endstone. We'll run over and crush our single endstone real quick. I'm just going to do it in this one, because why not? There we go. Boom. Not like it's that much slower, 2.5 in 5 seconds. There we go. We got that. And then this, again, was made in the extractor, where we go like that. And after 6 seconds, we will get our end agromatic stuff for that. So we could accept that. We could accept that, and we could accept that. Perfect. So that gave us another 3 coins. We throw them in there. We go in here and type in coin real quick. We're up to 15 coins again. But yeah, so this stuff here. Okay, so in order to get the ender air, we would need the nether air. So we'd have to make the nether air, get the ender air, to be able to get the liquid air. And then with the liquid air, we get the radon gas, which the radon gas we would need to use to make the second circuit assembler. But we also need a nuclear reactor for that. And that says, it says it doesn't explode, and then it says right next to it, so I'm not entirely sure. But we are also, I think one of the other things we want to do real quick, we just want to click in here, because now we click on this. We click on this, and if we get 64 buckets, so this is where we will for sure need to make ourselves another bigger hatch. So let's go in here real quick and type in input hatch, right? So we are going to need to make a minimum of one of these, which is going to use the liquid polybenzene, whatever, or it will use liquid polyethylene, which is probably what we will use. And a steel, so that's going to be super easy. Okay, so we'll be able to make that pretty easily compared to the other one. The hardest part is just going, or the most expensive part really is just going to be making this thing again. So we go like that, we click here, we click on that, there we go. So that gives us our machine hall. We'll be able to run over here. Because again, I don't even know if I could use it for this. I go in here, input bus, in medium voltage input hatch, high output, EV input. So it needs 200. So with this, it would need 288, and we have enough in there. So let's go ahead, click on this then, and make ourselves another steel drum real quick. STEEL. I don't know why we're doing that. DRUM. We'll click on that. We'll go like this and just make 2 more of those to then click that to go like that, where I can go boom and boom to make an input hatch. And technically I have enough in there to make a second input hatch and still have just 1 millibucket left over. But by doing that, we got this, which means I can come down here and we can break that one, put that in, There we go. And we could break that. Of course, stupid thing. There we go. We'll go like this. Put that back there. Click that to back up there. And then I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to break this. And I'm going to break that one. We'll put that there. And we'll put that there just so we have access to the input bus there easy. And we could do that like so. And I know we don't have anywhere close to 64 buckets of lava yet. I'm going to put that there. See, we only got 26. So yeah, so we will come back next time where we do whatever it was I was just looking at right there, right? Making this Flux dust. We get 64 out of it, so that should be pretty good. And then with that, we'll be able to make ourselves the Flux controller, which wireless controller, enables wireless charging on your Flux networks. So we'll need that. We'll need Flux blocks, which are some of this, which is some of that, we're gonna need some obsidian. Was this thing making obsidian? I think originally it was supposed to be making obsidian. How much obsidian do we have? We'll go here, type in ob. We only got 22, so we're definitely going to need some more. So if I go like that and throw lava in there, and then press U on this, and we find the thing, where is it? Barrel formation. It needs to be on 10 with barrel formation. So if I put that on 10, that'll start making some obsidian for us. Okay, perfect. So we get to make obsidian as well. So once we make some obsidian and stuff, we'll be able to do everything we need to do for that. And then we can make ourselves our flux plugs, our flux points, and then some... I'm not sure what all we're going to need for this stuff. Let's see, stores... 200 what? I've honestly never used these flux storage things, but that's a hell of a lot of power, isn't it? For just a basic one? I don't know. And then after that we would then make the next one up, which is 1.6 billion, which needs a lot of basic ones, which is, I'm about to say weird because you get less out of them, but no, you don't. Okay, there we go. But so we do that. And then there's the gargantuan one, which is 128 billion power for that. So we would need six of these, which needs 6 of these. So we would need 36 of these to make the 6 of these to make the one of those. So we would need that. So yeah, so I think that's what our goal is going to be, is to try to ramp up lava production if we can. Again, let's just go in here, LAVA. Because I know right now we're pretty much just melting it in the thing, which is not a lot. Mixing, if we were able to superheat this with that, it's not very much, but I also don't know how fast it makes. Essence burning, which if we had fire essence, we could do that if we had a advanced essence burner, which is some stuff, but we'd also need fire essence for that, so that's going to be out of the question for right now. We then also, of course, have our molten ore mixture, in our fancy thing here, which we don't actually have the ability to make. And then there's this thing here, which again, after 80 seconds makes 10. Unless we were to make it high voltage, then after 20 seconds would make 10 buckets. The dimensional destabilizer, which is a fire-infused shard and PCB coolant, which we can't do. This is every 10 seconds we get that, so every 20 seconds for a bucket. The centrifuge, which would honestly be one of the best things we could do if we were able to get this, but that's not going to happen. And then, of course, if we were able to get it from this, we might be nice. Just there's some stuff here. So if we went in here and typed in void, right? So we have a void extractor and a void extractor for a stuff. I think there's supposed to be one that extracts fluids too, right? I don't know. We have this one here, which it can. No, it just extracts more. Which actually, that's something we could look into as well. So if we click on this, right? Right now, if we press U on this, right now we have this one, right? Which we get just this out of it. But if I was to upgrade it to, because like it was 50, 40, it just upgrades the amount and decreases that time down to like 8 seconds, which would be nice. Yeah, we might have to do some of that stuff because, I mean, biggest thing is we need more silver and stuff like that, and that's I think our easiest case of getting it. So yeah, plus we need more of this stuff here, the raw ore slurry and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and grab this, put it down there so I can start getting that back in it. And yeah, anyways, we got our plan for next time to upgrade some stuff, maybe work on some other stuff and see what all we can do. We definitely want to get our power network with our flux stuff under control a bit. We might be able to do some more rearranging and stuff with that to make it so that it works better, because as we know, some of this stuff does not work the greatest. It'd be cool if we could just hook the flux network straight to these cables. I highly doubt we could do that, but it would be cool if we could, or if we could just do something with connecting them straight to some of these machines sometimes. But who knows? We'll figure all that stuff out. Until next time, peace out. See you later. No, I'm joking. Please enjoy your day, night, doing whatever you're doing, wherever you're at. As always, force your friends to watch. We will come back next time for some more of Star Technology, where again, like I said, we work on getting our flux networks and then maybe get some of this cable stuff under control and be able to transfer power better from like here to that far side over there so that it's better and whatnot. And yeah. Until then, peace out. See you later.